afternoon in the Central High School gym with some pride of San Angelo, our new national champion cheerleading squad as of December 2008. Yeah. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes. And how proud we are of y'all. Wow, wow, wow. Because we like to win in San Angelo. And I understand y'all in this competition last year got 5th out of 120 or so squads, which is still a good thing. But to win the whole thing is unbelievable. And so I would like to find out, first of all, who you are and what year in high school you are, and would you tell us if you plan on going to on to college. And let's start up here with this great coach. Coach Matt Eskew, I found out, is not only been highly successful here as a coach, but went to Central and was on the gymnastics team and the cheerleading squad.
Right.
Wow. Well, you of all people ought to know that we in San Angelo like to win.
That's right.
That's right, we do. And so let's get the introductions aside, and then I want to know what led up to this award that you have earned. So let's start with you, young lady.
Hi, I'm Katie Walker. I'm a sophomore, and yeah, I hope to be a cheerleader in college, I guess.
Good for you. And where'd you go to middle school?
I went to Lee.
Okay. Okay. Young man?
I'm Tyler White. I'm a junior, and I do plan to go cheer in college.
And where'd you go to middle school?
I went to Glenn.
Okay.
My name is Tori Hata, and I'm a sophomore, and I plan on hopefully cheering in college.
Okay. And where'd you go to middle school?
Glenn.
Okay.
My name is Clovis Lindsay, and I'm a junior, and I'm not too sure about college cheerleading right now, but
That's fair. Yeah. And you went to where to middle school?
oh, Glenn.
Okay.
My name is Rachel Storch. I'm a junior, and I plan on cheering in college, and I went to middle school out of state.
Okay. There you are.
Yes.
I'm Cheney Collins, and I'm a junior, and yes, I plan on cheering in college, and I went to Glenn.
Okay.
My name is Kaylee Floyd, and I'm a senior, and I plan on cheering in college, and I went to middle school at Lee.
Okay.
I'm Jordan Daigle. I'm a senior. I went to Lee, and I plan on cheering in college.
I'm Camille Stutt, and I'm a junior, and I went to Glenn, and I don't plan on cheering in college.
Okay.
Okay, you good? Okay. My name is Garrett Arzadi, and I'm a senior, and I went to Lee Junior High, and yes, I plan on cheering in college.
Okay.
I'm Kim Donahue, and I'm a senior. I went to Lee, and I don't know if I'm going to cheer in college yet.
Well, that's fair because it's not just something you show up and do. And you don't just show up at ball games and cheer, and you certainly don't just show up at a national championship. I asked you earlier, how much time does it involve just being on the cheerleading squad? And you talked to me about during the week. You have a class period during the school day, and then what do you do after hours? Just practicing, not counting all the ball games you go to.
I do it Mondays and Thursdays generally.
After school?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all year, just about?
Until our competition.
Okay. And your competition is usually in the summer?
No, ma'am. It's actually in December every year.
Okay.
We go to a camp in the summer.
Okay, that's where I was confused. So your camp, and the camp's pretty important. Why is going to cheerleading camp not just something nice, but it's critical?
Because you get a bid to nationals, and then you get to see your other competitors at camp.
And don't you sometimes still learn some stuff there?
Mm-hmm. Yes, and safety.
Well, camp is really nice because that's right when we first have like our new squad. It's right after tryouts, and we all get to go and it's like our first trip together.
It's like the bonding
time,
bonding period.
Yeah.
It's like great to meet your teammates. Like for me and Tori, who are new, it was really great to get to know the squad then, because we didn't really know them.
Well, and a team has to get to know each other. What are your strengths and what are your areas of need and how you can help each other. So I agree with that. Then when you go to camp in the summer, you then are either recognized as having potential that you would get an invitation or a bid to go to the national championship, which this year was in our own state, in Dallas. And lots of schools showed up there, and the biggest majority were very good, weren't they?
Yes.
All of them, all of them. You just they don't get there without being very good. And so why do you think you all, first off, you got 5th last year out of 120 or so. What did you come back and say, okay, to get first place, we need to go to that next level. This is what we need to do. What did you realize you needed to do to win first place?
We increased our difficulty a lot compared to last year.
And what is the difficulty? I know that sounds like a simple thing, but what do you all mean by difficulty?
It would be the pace of our routine, the jump combinations, the tumbling, the motions, just the choreography, how it constantly moves.
And you came back, you told me, and it was your choreographer that you brought in from out of city who really helped you as an outsider put your routine. Do you do more than one routine?
No, ma'am.
One routine, and how many minutes does it normally last?
2 minutes and 30 seconds.
Okay, there's no about-ish there.
It's like a 2-day competition, and the first day is like a 20%, and the second day finals is the 80%, and then they average that out.
Does everybody, not everybody gets to go to finals? Is it?
Everybody gets to go to finals now.
Everyone gets to
Okay.
Used to you have to qualify in, but now everybody goes to finals.
Okay.
Since they did the 20-80 split.
I asked you all earlier, because I have parents asking me, and particularly grandparents, how do I make sure that we are helping you all to stay safe and that you don't have injuries? Because you don't wear like a football team helmets and protective pads, and we read about cheerleaders who fall. So how do you all keep from that happening?
I make them do certain drills, and we build up to the skills, and if they can't do the drill, then we don't do the skill.
Okay. And does Mr. SQ have a certain tolerance for horsing around while y'all, or should I say lack of tolerance to keep you all from being hurt? Okay.
We all have a good time all the time, but whenever it gets to serious stuff like stunting and tumbling, stuff that could possibly hurt us, is whenever he makes us get serious about it and realize that we need to.
That's not when to play around, really, is it? Because things can happen. I've had cheerleaders fall, and I've had even a bone broken, but not like a back or something, but it is serious. What about your... you all don't just go to games and cheer. You do lots of other promotional to help team members feel they have a sense of pride and their school is backing them. What are some of those things you all do on a regular basis to support different teams?
Well, if you've noticed out in the hall out there, like all the windows are painted for basketball and volleyball each season, and we do all of that. And I really
and clean it up at some point.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, the fun part's the painting, but the cleaning up may not be as fun. So that takes a lot of time. Some of you have on jackets that we don't normally see, black jackets floating around San Angelo. Can you stand up on these bleachers and let our audience see what's on the back of your jackets?
Yeah, national champions, go!
And it was pointed out to me that not only does it say NCA, which is National Cheerleading Association, but it says National Champion, and each one of these young people has now the distinction of being a national champion. And I understand, okay, y'all can sit down. And I understand that now there is a investigation of, is there a next level at the international level? And so we're going to be interested to see if there is such an event, because I do think that we need to be represented at that, don't you think? Would you explain to me why it's important that you all get along, and how hard do you have to work at that?
Well, we're together all the time, so a good percentage of our year, so it's good to be able to come to cheerleading, and if you ever need anything, someone's always has your back, and we kind of have to get along because we do work together as a group. So if one of us kind of doesn't,
It's a team effort. It's not
definitely a
just an
team
individual
effort.
So if one person is moody all the time, it becomes a distraction to your efforts.
Yes.
It takes away some of the fun, doesn't it? What else would you think? Oh, I know one other thing. I asked you prior for parents or grandparents that might hope that their child or grandchild could be on a group like this. At what point should someone make sure they have started tumbling lessons, not just necessarily straight gymnastics, but all of you know how to tumble?
Yes.
And some of you then have done more gymnastics, but it's critical that you all know how to tumble. And I think, by what grade should you have started some kind of tumbling lessons?
Of course, the earliest is always the best. As early as you can start is the best for whenever you want to start coming to like high school and competing and stuff. But we have like one person on our squad that she didn't really start taking tumbling classes until she was about the end of 8th grade in her freshman year. And by that point is whenever you should start for sure for varsity.
And earlier, if possible, just because
As
of
early
the
as
fear,
possible.
the fear factor, we're a little bit more moldable. Maybe. It's sort of like learning a foreign language. The earlier you can start it, the better. What are some lifelong things that you learn, skills that you learn? You're not going to spend your life being a cheerleader, probably. So what do you think you get from all the time you've put into being a cheerleader, now to become a national champion cheerleading squad? What are some things that you hope later on, after you become a professional something, that this will have benefited you and given you an edge over some other people?
It definitely makes you more outgoing.
There's a lot of determination.
I mean, leadership and teamwork.
Okay, so leadership, teamwork, more outgoing, and you've got to have determination. Explain that a little bit.
Well, we work a lot during the year, and we have to be dedicated to what we're doing because we want this goal as a squad to be national champions. And this year, we worked really hard, and Matt pushed us a lot. And I think it's made us better people and better cheerleaders all around.
Yes.
Yeah. We all hear of people who want to be out there when the glory is, but don't have. That to me is what sets apart, one of the main things that sets apart a champion in anything is all that leads up to it. Are you willing to pay the price and allow input from someone who knows what he's doing? So you as a classroom teacher, and I've been in your classroom and you're an excellent teacher, what did you learn and you hope that they will learn that has made you a better teacher, your chosen profession, because of your years participating like these young people have?
They've kind of taught me to relax at times, because I'm a very serious, very anal, has to be this way all the time. And they've most definitely taught me how to, it doesn't have to be that way all the time, to relax. There are times for it, times for not. I'm hoping that when they leave, they'll be able to commit to things more, that they'll have some sense of responsibility, so that kind of stuff.
And you all told me that one of the things that sets a cheerleading squad apart from the majority of sports teams, let's say volleyball, is that you have very few weeks off a year. Where a volleyball, even though a person who's a serious volleyball player and wants to be a champion is probably working out and doing off season, y'all are supporting somebody all year long, and then doing a camp during the summer, and preparing for your next year. So I would think that your advice is very good, and I think he's made a valid point about being able to stick to something long term and realize that you all have shown yourself at a young age that you can be a champion. And that sets you apart from the majority of the population. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. We're not only proud of you, but we know there's not a doubt in my mind. First off, you have to be good students to stay on the squad, don't you?
Make good grades.
Yeah, you've got to make your good grades. So you're a good student. You are a national champion, which means months of work. And you all, not only that, but you don't misbehave.
Right.
Isn't that right? Okay. Is that right most of the time?
No, they're all pretty well behaved. They wouldn't be cheerleaders if they were.
I know, we're teasing. Y'all are, or you would not be allowed to stay on the squad. Well, you've made us very proud, and I love seeing your jackets with national champion on here. And those of you who choose to go on to college, we want to know where so we can watch for you. Thank y'all for what you've done. And we're going to show, they have a CD or DVD of their performance that we will also show our audience. Wow, thank y'all. We couldn't be more proud. Thank y'all.
Thank you.
5, 6, 7, 8. You thought you were ready. You practiced all year long. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8. Keep up and be the best. Roll up, prove you wrong. 5, 6, 7, 8. The best is right here. We take it. The 4. National champions. 3, 1, and 4. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. B-O-D-C-A-T-S. That is our name, and we'll show we're the best. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The mark of a champion. And 1. Total, 10 seconds. 3, 2, 5, 6. We're timeless, we're classic, we're the vision of success. If you don't know our name, we're just lost on our chest. Cats!
Central, perfect.
That was San Angelo Central High School.